Hey everyone, welcome to my new gaming series on the Skooled Zone. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So happy you've joined us again. Got another great trivia walkthrough ahead. If you're just joining the zone for the first time, welcome to the all-in-one gaming channel that features tips, tricks, long plays, and a host of facts and trivia about the gaming environments as we walk through the game together. Watch a few of these videos and you're guaranteed to leave smarter than before. All the while, you're entertained by my bubbly personality. So stick around, you're in for a treat. And if you want to pause the video real quick while you learn more about the channel through a Friday podcast series I call Homeroom Announcements, go ahead, I'll wait. You can also learn more about the channel from the website at www.skooledzone.com, or you can just type in skooled.zone in the address bar and that'll get you there too. As I mentioned in last week's Homeroom Announcements, we're making a jump in time from 2012's Dishonored to 2014's Sniper Elite 3. This is going to be a fun series to do because, like Dishonored, it has a lot of the elements that complement the Skooled Zone playstyle. First of all, it's rich with historical facts and environmental gadgets, which lend really well to being schooled. Also, it's a stealth game, which means I'll be able to take breathers from the action and explain all the cool factoids to you guys without being rushed or in constant jeopardy. And also, there's some really cool glory kills, which if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't played before, then you may want to hold off on lunch before watching. I'm going to do something really similar to what I did with Dishonored and do like an epic kill montage in the end. But I'm actually going to turn it into a biology lesson. It's going to be so cool. I have it all planned out. It'll mimic one of those 1940 styles instructional films with like the appropriate music and that transatlantic type announcer voice. I may not narrate it myself actually, I have an idea for a collaboration, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. But anyway, because this game is steeped in much more real-life history than Dishonored, I'm going to have to keep my explanations rather brief on purpose. I learned a lot from doing the Dishonored series and how much detail I went into, and if I don't curb it a little bit, then I could literally go on about a single historical battle or a famous war figure for minutes and minutes on end. So most of the factoids in the series will be snippets that'll serve as springboards for you to check out more on the topic yourself. But the information that I do give will be fascinating nonetheless and will put everything encountered in the game into context. Also, that'll give you guys the opportunity to add some more info on the various topics in the After School Club. I'm thinking maybe I gave too much information during Dishonored and didn't give you guys enough of a chance to expand the conversation. So for this series, I'll leave a little more meat on the bone for you guys to chop it up in the comments section. So without further ado, let's get started.
I've arrived in Tobruk, off a boat filled with replacements and reinforcements. Young men blindly rushing to their deaths. None of them are comfortable having someone like me around. Suits me fine. Most of them won't make it out of here alive. Rommel was kicked out during Operation Crusader. But Axis forces are once again sweeping across the western desert. The Gazala Gallop began with the Allied retreat, and Rommel is at the city's throat. There's no time for tactics. 35,000 of us have one order. Hold Tobruk.
All right, sweet. So I've played this game before, and one of the options it gives you when you complete the game is the ability to go back and, play it again. So I'm going to have a lot of the sweet equipment that you won't have at the very beginning of the game. And, since this is the Skooled Zone and it's a walkthrough, but mostly it's, you're coming here to check out all the awesome factoids, there's no reason for me to kind of play like it's, my first time. And plus, it's an older game. I'll probably not do that with the brand new games that I'm going to be playing this fall. But in this case, we'll have some excellent stuff that you might not have if you first start the game. Got a couple of DLC downloads, too, that kind of hook you up. But anyway, before we hit start and jump in, the intro gave a bunch of information and some things that weren't really defined so well. Most people just kind of like blow it off and just start the game. But if you're interested, I can tell you some things that will put a lot of that intro into context. So first of all, where is Tobruk? Well, Tobruk is a coastal city in Libya, close to Egypt. During World War II, Tobruk was occupied by Italian Axis forces. It had been under Italian control since the Ottoman Empire lost it during the Italo-Turkish War of 1911, I believe. But after World War II, it was held jointly by Britain and France until a UN resolution made it independent in the early 1950s. That'll give you kind of a concept of where this whole game takes place. It's going to be pretty much taking place in all of the North African territories. Speaking of Africa, the Afrika Korps, which was mentioned and will be mentioned upcoming, was a division of Nazi troops sent to help the Italian forces shore up their defenses for the African colonies. The Afrika Korps was a fairly formidable force, actually, consisting of panzer tank divisions and motorized infantry divisions. They were also specialized in desert warfare. So they kind of struck a little bit of fear in some of the allies in the early parts of the war. So the narrator of the intro mentioned Rommel. Hitler assigned Rommel as the commander of the Afrika Korps. You may have heard of Field Marshal Rommel, called by his nickname, the Desert Fox. We'll talk a lot more about Rommel a little later in the series. The narrator also mentioned Operation Crusader, which was a real-life British military operation that took place in the fall of 1941. It's one of the backdrops of this game, as many of the locations and battles are sort of recreated. Basically, the point of the operation was to provide some relief in Tobruk and to start beating back the Afrika Korps. They were successful in Tobruk, but had a hard time with other maneuvers from the Afrika Korps. Overall, Operation Crusader showed the Allied forces that Rommel's forces were not invulnerable. So it was a bit of a turning point in the war. I guess that's why they picked it here for the intro. Gazala, which was also mentioned by the narrator, is a small village in Libya just west of Tobruk. However, it's most famous for the Battle of Gazala, where Axis and Allied forces faced off in a brutal battle that resulted in Rommel's forces taking Tobruk. The Gazala Gallop, which was actually what was mentioned, was the nickname given to the retreat of General Ritchie's forces from the Gazala line. Alright, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of backstory there. Let's jump right in it.
Snipers are needing the wall!
Alright, so we get to start off with a bit of a panic, but ironically you don't have to run. There's no, there's no doomsday clock, so to speak. So we could actually take our time for a second and check some things out in here. There'll be a lot of noises of war in the background. But anyway, I thought I'd mention real quick that, in case you don't know, that you're playing the character of Carl Fairburn, and he's an agent with OSS, which was basically the predecessor to the CIA. So he's kind of, I guess you'd say, the World War II equivalent of sort of like a special agent. You know, kind of a James Bondy type, but more, just a killer sniper. So let's check some things out over here and see if anything is worth kind of looking at closely. Once again, in order to make the series a bit shorter than Dishonored, it's naturally going to be a bit shorter than Dishonored because it's a shorter game. But, I'm not going to be schooling every little tidbit. I'm really just looking for some things that stand out. And I'm not really seeing anything really here that kind of stands out. There's some radio equipment. If anybody wants to, if we have any radio enthusiasts in the audience, anybody wants to give a little information in the After School Club, feel free. But I'm pretty much going to be covering some of the bigger concepts as we go. So let's go ahead and run out to this wall here. And by the way, you saw that guy in the intro, he was wearing shorts. If you thought to yourself, why were the military guys wearing shorts? Well, for two reasons. For one, it's hot as hell in Africa, especially during the late summer. And second of all, they didn't really have the type of body armor that they have now. So there wasn't really any point to wearing long pants. Now, if you're a sniper and you're going to be lying on the ground, you don't want to scrape up your knees. So you're going to be wearing long pants like he's got on. But if you're just, regular infantry, then better to keep cool, That's why they got those hats, too, to kind of fend off some of the sunburn. Okay, so we got to take out some of these artillery spotters here. And this is going to be pretty gruesome if you've never played the game before, so check this out. Oh, dang! Headshot! Took off half his skull. Awesome. Okay, so let's take this guy out too. I'm gonna try to get this guy in the heart, just to get a slightly different view. We'll see what happens here. May have slightly missed his heart and got his lungs, but still a kill shot. Just craziness. Alright, so let's go ahead and run over to our second position here. Poor guy. Okay, now there's some equipment we can grab every once in a while when you see these little chests here. Okay, so we got a guy up on the ridge. And our heart rate is going to make things a little more steady as it goes down. But this guy is in our sights. I'm going to try to shoot him right through the binoculars if I can do it. Ready? Oh, we got a little tip screen here. Yep. All right, you guys can pause that if you want. Right through the binoculars. Oh, there we go. Oh, right between the binoculars. Damn. Okay, I just can't get over that. That's just so crazy. That's one of the things that this game is known for, so. But, it's an educational experience. Okay, so let's bring up the binoculars, and you can kind of show you. All right, so when you bring up the binoculars, you can see the little red target points. We've got two here. We've got this. We've got the engine, and we've got this gas tank right here. So I can put away the binoculars now, take out the rifle, and shoot one of those two areas. And I'm gonna go for the gas tank. They'll both do the same thing pretty much. Kaboom! Oh, man. Mortar fire. Heads ringing. Got a little tinnitus. That's what that's called. All right. So real quick before we run around.
The Germans are using Nebelwerfers. I have to do something about them.
We'll talk about the Nebelwerfers in a minute. So I just thought I'd mention real quick that he shot the gas tank. So if you're curious, will a gas tank explode if shot with a bullet? So if I remember correctly, I believe there was an episode of Mythbusters several years back where they shot up a gas tank with bullets, and it basically just leaked the gas and it didn't explode. But there may be a reason for that. Most gas tanks these days are made of plastic, or high-density polyethylene, which is basically plastic. There was a time, however, when they were made of steel, and steel on steel can cause a spark. It's the gasoline vapors that can catch on fire and trigger the chain reaction. So it's not entirely implausible for a bullet during this era to be able to blow up a gas tank. Alright, so let's grab this and let's heal ourselves. Let's use just a bandage for now, I think would be fine. Okay, cool. Let's run around here. We're going to talk about all the tanks and all that stuff in upcoming episodes, so don't you worry. It's telling us to look at the map here. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Sniper's Nest. We'll take a peek at that when we get there. See if there's anything we can pick up. Some grenades, things like that. Right on. Just gonna take a quick peek around here. Just want to see, make sure we didn't miss anything. Dude's all dead. For some reason I remember there being a note around here. Did I miss that? Maybe it was over here. Ah, we got some barbed wire over there. So when was barbed wire invented? Well, surprisingly, barbed wire is only about 150 years old. You'd think it would have dated back to medieval times, right? But no, it arrived on the scene and patents were issued in the 1860s. Alright, I won't waste too much time. You can sprint too. Just gonna take another quick peek around here. Huh. Interesting. Oh well. Maybe some of the notes and things when you play through a second time aren't there anymore. Who knows?
They won't hear me approach if I crouch.
Oh, man. We don't need to waste ammo. Let's just sneak up to this guy and do the same thing. Gotcha! Okay, so let's search some of these corpses. We might...
My Welrod should cover this.
Real quick, just to give you some information. So although it sounds German, the Welrod was actually a British pistol used during World War II. The name comes from where it was developed in Welwyn, England. It was liked among spy agents in the Allied forces because its discharge was suppressed. I don't believe it was completely silent like silencers are today, but it was silent enough not to alert guards at a distance. And they were actually used all the way up until the early 1980s. So let's get out that Welrod. We actually have something better. Let's get him right in the head. Perfect. What we're going after here are called Nebelwerfers. Funny sounding name. They were basically German mortars used during World War II. Mortars, in case you don't know, are basically cannons that are able to fire at high angles for longer distances. They basically lob bombs onto an enemy. However, these must be the lower muzzle velocity types because normally the operators have to stand like 40 feet away to avoid the heat and force of the exhaust. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to shoot this little explosive case right here. Perfect. Has a crispy critter. There's the other guy. I was like, where did he get blown back to? Alright. Cool. We got another bandage. We don't really need it. But I'm just going to check back here and see if there's anything else we missed. Nope. Okay. Let's keep rolling. Where this goes. Nowhere really. Okay, just a way to run around. All right, let's sneak up through this little cave area. Ooh, let's sneak up behind him. Take him out real quick. Gruesome. I think we can grab this guy without him turning around. Fantastic. Okay, we'll school some things around here, but we have some enemies up here, so... Yep. If you shoot when you see that little sound icon, then you can actually get away with killing people at a distance without alerting the guard. It's pretty cool. Let's see if we can come around from behind this guy. Don't notice us. Don't notice us. Awesome. Now, just for the fun of it, we can go up here to this sniper's nest. We don't really need to, but... I can kind of show you what's up. Okay. Alright, so we can basically shoot these shells that he's loading here. Awesome. Uh-oh. We didn't get noticed, did we? I see that little flashing triangle. It means they may be onto us. Oh, I see a guy over there. He's peeking his head out. Where is he? There he is. Missed him. See, that's the crazy thing about camouflage in war. It's like so hard to pinpoint people. Totally realistic though. All right, we'll give ourselves a chance to rest for a second. I thought I shot him in the head. I'm gonna shoot this gas tank. Okay. Well, they're on to us now. Good thing I'm up in the sniper's nest, though. Am I not shooting him right in the freaking head? What is going on? See, this is, this just goes to show it's a stealth game, You blow your cover, it's a whole lot harder. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna get away with this. Come on, man. This little guy's killing me over here. I'm not hitting anything. Maybe I'm hitting the wall. That could be what it is, actually. That's what it was. I was hitting the wood. You think there'd be some kind of warning sign, but no. Okay, so we're going to chill out over here just for a second while they sort of calm down or move up into our line of sight. We'll see. In the meantime, I can tell you a few things about some of this stuff. Is there a guy over there? Okay. So all right. So it looks like right here we have a compass. Right here another compass. Right here we have some binoculars. We're all clear. So that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, what can I tell you about compasses? Well, first of all, when was the compass invented? Well, unlike barbed wire, surprisingly, the compass dates back a couple of millennium. You'd think barbed wire would be a simpler invention, but no. Compasses were first used in ancient China, at first for things like feng shui and fortune telling, and then eventually for navigation centuries later. But it didn't become used in the West until around the 13th century. And when were binoculars invented? Well, telescopes were generally in use by the 17th century. Some claim Galileo was using telescopes even earlier during the Renaissance. But binoculars, as a working, purchasable device, didn't arrive on the scene until the late 19th century. They probably saw use in battle during World War I, but it wasn't until World War II that long rangefinder type binoculars came into use. All right, so let's start searching all this stuff now that the coast is clear. Another medikit. Well, that's good. We didn't really take any damage, so that's also good. I like how it just takes a second or so to search. Kind of makes it a little realistic there. Anything over here? No, not really. I forgot what this camo netting is called. I think there's a specific name for it. So if it's got a specific name, I'll put a little pop-up for you. All right, now we can go and search these guys. Medikit full. Wonder if we should just go ahead and use one then. Yeah, let's do that. No point leaving it behind. Heard some beeps coming from over here. So that's probably Morse code. Morse code, in case you didn't know, is a way to communicate text at great distances, either through flashing lights or radio tones. When telegraph technology arrived on the scene in the late 19th century, all it could send was a series of simple electrical impulses. So Samuel Morse, who Morse code's named after, who was actually an artist, developed a language of dits and dots, which could be sent as electrical signals over long distances and then translated back into text by an interpreter on the receiving end. It still can be used today, even for distress signals and stuff. All right, so let's go back into sneak mode. I think we took out a couple of guards over here. Yep, there we go. Oh, we're going to get noticed. Where is he? There he is. Can we reach him from here? Perfect. All right, let's see if there's anything in here. Another Morse code machine, I believe. So I wonder why these guys aren't shooting off their Nebelwerfers. That little star up there. There's a group of them. I think they're on alert. So we're going to come back to them. Let's take out this group down here first. Because at least they're not quite on alert. They're still shooting off their mortars. See if we can get this guy in the back of the head. Come on, come on. Perfect. There we go. Awesome. Now we can kind of regroup a little bit. It's probably safe to stand up, but those guys back there are on alert, so I'm just going to play it safe. Anything to school around here? If you guys see anything, let me know. H.VerpfL. Okay, no idea what that is, but if I can find out what that is, I'll put a pop-up. Okay, so time to take out this other group. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna get out my binoculars and see if I can identify any of these guys. Okay. There's a way to tag the enemies, but I actually forgot how to do it. Not sure. We may not be able to do it just yet. Ooh, he's gonna notice me. No, no, no. No! All right, so since I have some grenades, I think this might be a good time for a grenade. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Well, that did it.
Nebelwerfer's neutralized. I might as well check the ridge.
Okay, so we are safe now, so we can run around here and have some fun. All right, so let's check out, search this guy. Let's see here. So those are some mines. Either we already have enough or we can't grab them just yet. But we can grab that ammo. Let's check out what's in here. Okay, okay, so once again, kind of generic, you know, military equipment. Yeah. These tents, bivouacs. That's what they're called. And yeah, let's check out up here. Search him real quick. We're full on that. Here's another crispy critter. There's the third crispy critter. Okay, well, let's just run up here to this little sniper's nest. It could just be a, you know, a little lookout tower. Yeah, no big deal. Okay, we did a pretty good job. So we're going to run down to this ridge here, and this will probably be where we end it for today. So, yeah, in fact, I think it is. We're going to get a little cutscene. So I'm going to let the cutscene be the cool little intro for the next episode. All right, here we go. How cool was that? Let me know what you guys think of my new outro transition. I'll be using that for a while since the last one was, you know, kind of lame. But you know, we always improve as we progress. So if you did just join us for the first time, be sure to check out the complete series I did on Dishonored. Links are always on the website as well. Tons of amazing factoids you probably never thought about when you played that game for the first time. And if you've never played it, it's an awesome game to check out. They re-released it for the next-gen games too. You can actually pick it up from the support page on the website, which also helps me out a little bit too. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button for more factoid-based awesomeness. And if you learned something new today or just liked the video anyway, hit that like button. Always appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next gaming video. Stay smart.